The crystalline halls of the Galactic Tribunal echoed with barely contained laughter, as Ambassador Elena Vasquez stood before the assembled council of 12 alien species. Her small human frame seemed insignificant against the towering Zephyrians, the writhing mass of the hive-mind Kolari, and the energy beings that pulsed with condescending amusement. High Arbiter Kexthan, a reptilian creature whose scales shimmered with authority, gestured dismissively at the holographic display showing Earth's timeline. "You claim your species deserves a seat on the Galactic Council," he hissed, his forked tongue tasting the air with disdain. "Yet your history is nothing but violence, war, and primitive barbarism." The other council members rippled with agreement. The insectoid Vexnari clicked their mandibles in what passed for laughter among their kind. "Your species has existed for mere millennia," buzzed their representative, "and yet you have managed to wage over 15,000 documented wars. Impressive efficiency in self-destruction." Elena remained silent, her dark eyes scanning the faces of her judges. She had expected this. Humanity's application for council membership had been fast-tracked not out of respect, but as entertainment. A chance for the elder races to mock the newest arrivals to the galactic stage. The ethereal consciousness of Proxima manifested as a shifting aurora of light, its voice resonating directly in the minds of all present. "Show them the nuclear age," it commanded with cruel satisfaction. "Show them how quickly they learn to poison their own world." The holographic display shifted, showing mushroom clouds blooming over Earth's surface. Images of Hiroshima and Nagasaki flickered by, followed by decades of Cold War tension. Weapons of mass destruction pointed at humanity's own heart. "Fascinating," murmured the crystalline being representing the Silicon Confederacy. "They discovered atomic energy and immediately weaponized it. Most species take centuries to reach such levels of mutual assured destruction. Humans achieved it within decades." More laughter echoed through the chamber. Elena felt the weight of their judgment, the casual dismissal of her entire species, but she had come prepared for this moment. High Arbiter Kexthan's eyes gleamed with malicious pleasure. "Tell us, little human, why should we admit a species that has spent its entire existence perfecting the art of killing its own kind? What possible contribution could such a violent, primitive race offer to our peaceful galactic civilization?" The chamber fell silent, waiting for her response. Every eye, sensor, and consciousness focused on the lone human standing in their midst. Elena took a slow breath, then spoke with quiet conviction. "Because we are the only species in this galaxy that has looked into the abyss of our own capacity for destruction and chose to step back." The laughter died instantly. She continued, her voice growing stronger. "Yes, we created nuclear weapons. Yes, we pointed them at ourselves, but do you know what happened next? We signed treaties. We reduced our arsenals. We created international laws and organizations dedicated to preventing their use. We chose cooperation over annihilation." The council members shifted uncomfortably. The holographic display, still under Elena's control, began showing different images. The founding of the United Nations, nuclear disarmament treaties, international humanitarian law. "You mock our wars but ignore our peace. You count our conflicts but dismiss our reconciliations. Germany and France fought for centuries. Now they share a currency. Japan and America ended their war with atomic fire, then became steadfast allies. We have taken enemies and made them friends repeatedly throughout our history." High Arbiter Kexthan's scales had lost their shimmer. "This proves nothing. Many species learn diplomacy." "Do they?" Elena challenged. "Your own records show that the Zephyrians wiped out the smaller clans during their expansion. The Kolari absorbed 17 lesser hive minds to achieve unity. The Silicon Confederacy systematically deleted what they termed inefficient consciousnesses during their great optimization." Uncomfortable silence filled the chamber. Every species here achieved peace through victory, through the elimination of opposition. Humans are the only species that achieved peace while our enemies still existed, still prospered, still maintained their independence and dignity. The ethereal consciousness flickered uncertainly. Your point being? Elena smiled grimly. My point is that you've been asking the wrong question. You ask why a violent species should join the Galactic Council, but I ask you this. When the next great threat comes, and it will come, do you want the species that learn to eliminate opposition, or the species that learn to transform enemies into allies? The silence stretched for long moments. Finally, the representative of the Andromedan Collective, who had remained silent throughout the proceedings, spoke in a voice like distant thunder. The human makes a compelling argument. In our observations of galactic history, species that achieve unity through elimination often struggle when faced with external threats they cannot simply overpower. High Arbiter Kexthan's tail lashed in frustration. Are we seriously considering? We are, interrupted the eldest member of the council, a being so ancient that its original species name had been forgotten, known only as the First Voice. I have watched empires rise and fall for eons. The ones that endure are not the strongest or the most peaceful. They are the ones that can adapt, that can turn conflict into cooperation. Elena felt a surge of hope, but kept her expression neutral. The First Voice continued, I have seen what happens when galactic civilizations face the Void Dwellers, the entropy cults, the machine hegemony. Unified species fall like wheat before the scythe, but species that know how to build bridges, that understand the strength found in diversity, they endure. The vote was called. 7 in favor, 4 against, 1 abstention. As the council dispersed, High Arbiter Kexthan approached Elena, his earlier hostility replaced by grudging respect. You spoke well, human, but words are easy. We shall see if your species lives up to its claims. Elena nodded solemnly. We will, because that's what humans do. We turn our greatest weaknesses into our greatest strengths. As she walked from the chamber, Elena couldn't help but smile. They had mocked humanity's history of conflict, not realizing it was actually their greatest qualification for what lay ahead. In a galaxy full of species that had achieved peace through dominance, humanity's gift for transforming enemies into allies would prove invaluable. The real test, she knew, was yet to come.